So basically, my idea was to get some young, fresh energy on the pod. I hate calling our platform a pod. Like, I just don't like it. But anyway, new perspectives, new takes, new questions. And yeah, man, I specifically reached out to Thato because I be following him on TikTok, on IG. I've heard his music, heard his beats, and he's opinionated. You know what I'm saying?
I'd like to think so.
Nigga be talking about everything from Trump to, he was talking about Trump while taking a dump. You feel me?
I'm very opinionated.
You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, if anybody, if we can get anybody to yap, it's gonna be him. So yeah, the question for today is, what does it take to make it in bots?
No, I'm sure, like you just said, introduce me. I'm Thato King. I do music. I'm a producer, rapper, artist, honestly speaking. I do more than just that, but I like to keep it at that. I'm part of the collective Half Court. These are my members. Introduce yourself.
How does this thing work? Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Sagenotsaint. I'm an artist as well. You know, I rap, I sing, I do multiple genres. I don't really call myself a producer, but I'm a music engineer. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
So, yeah.
Musical alchemist.
Well, my name is SpecioBrian, and I'm part of Half Court. I'm just a rapper right now. But, you know, there's always room for growth.
Thank you.
I bet. Now to actually answer the question itself, I'm gonna be real. I honestly believe that it's genuinely a thing of effort, ne? And I'm gonna kind of like look at myself, and obviously I'm not like the biggest thing in the world, right? Though I'm not like the most successful guy in the world, but I do want to say this. I genuinely believe it's a thing of like putting in enough effort to whereby your skill can like speak for itself. You know, if you're a producer, or if you're an artist, or if you're a painter, you're whatever, you're a sculptor, somebody should be able to look at your work and say, Thato did that, Brian did that. The way that you can look at a Basquiat and say that's a Basquiat. The way that you can look at the Sistine Chapel and say Michelangelo was up there with the items. You feel me? So like the reason why I say that as well is because even with the page on TikTok where I was just doing like beats every day, I noticed that even there's been like a big chunk where I haven't really posted anything, and I'm still gaining followers like off of that. Like I think I haven't uploaded in a while, and still we did, I believe, like maybe 400 followers just off of the existing videos, and there's maybe like 20 something of them. So like adding on to what was already there plus that 400, we're almost at 1,000 on a video, on like a page that has like less than 30 videos on it. So I think it's genuinely a thing of Botswana want to see, like Botswana are people who like results. Like they're very opinionated as well. You feel me? Like I've even Botswana who are shy still have something to say, you feel me? So when they see something and they feel like it's not up to par, they're gonna give you like that reaction, you feel me?
Yeah, they're really honest, bro.
Yeah.
Especially
Very honest.
on Facebook, those comments.
Facebook does not play, bro.
You know, one thing I've learned in the music industry, for you to really make it, right, you gotta collab and not compete. For me to actually make it in bots, for us as creatives entirely, for us to make it, we gotta collab together, right? And then compete overseas. Someone should hear it from a different country and wonder, where is this from? Because that's how good it is. Someone from Botswana should listen to this and be like, bro, we're talking Botswana anymore. You see?
Thank you.
Yeah, they should be proud of the fact that, like, not should be, but because your music is just that good, they want you to be part of it. I remember when Blakey made that song with Lucas Raps, bro. What was the name of it?
Big Time Slapper.
Big Time Slapper, bro. I remember in the comments, you were like, I didn't even know these guys are South African until they started speaking Venda.
Oh.
And I was like, that makes so much sense. The cars that are on, the way they're rapping, the bars.
Everything.
Even I'm like, bro, you're
even
telling
just
me.
the execution of the music video itself.
Imagine. You see, so for us, genuinely, we just gotta keep collabing, make each other better. Because there's like friendly competition amongst ourselves already, as Half Court. Like when one guy drops, I'm like, hey, bro, this guy just got 1,000 streams on this, bro. I gotta drop as well. He's scared. Yeah. And that's how it is mostly.
And I feel like more especially in Botswana, in the context of Botswana, wow, very few people or like 2 point something.
Yeah.
The legit cities that have a bigger population than ours. And, and I feel like one thing we need to do is sort of bring those genres together, because I can see that there are spaces, like the individual spaces in regards of the music industry here. You have your Amapiano people, you have your people who make indie music, you have your people who do. I feel like nowadays, like the way Rolling Loud works, we should actually bring that unification, because not everyone fits in one box, and not everyone should fit in one box. And I feel like that's the way we can bring it forward, because if we can bring it neatly wrapped in a package and present ourselves to the world like that, that's when we can actually get more traction, get more if Taylor Swift can make a song with Kendrick Lamar, what's stopping like any one of us working with anyone else, whether or not like we do like make the same type of music or even speak about the same type of things. I feel like music is art, and art has no limits. Hikey.
So I actually want to touch on that item about we need to collab instead of competing. One thing that I've noticed, even in myself, when people not really shy away from collabing, but more so, I do believe that we should be collabing with each other. But I think one thing that makes people not really do that is the mistranslation. Like, you feel me? Like the mistranslation of ideas on like a song or project or whatever. Because there've been times where I've sat down with artists, because I also do engineer. I've sat down with artists and they've told me, or like specifically in one case, somebody told me, I'm not going to name names, I don't want to start. I don't want to start disclosing
Cat Williams, bro.
but I'm not Cat Williams. But like in that time, what happened was the guy was telling me, I spoke to this guy, I paid for da-da-da-da-da. I don't know if he paid for like a feature or what, or if he paid to be on. I don't know what the situation was. It's a bit foggy. But basically, I think he got ghosted off of that interaction, like after like the work had been said and done. And getting like scammed for that, because apparently he did pay for that, that's fucked up. There's no debate about that. But I think really what happened was the guy just wasn't up to par for the person's standard, for the person he was collabing with. And I do understand that, because there have been times where I've wanted to work with somebody and like, I think if you notice with my drops, you notice that a lot of my tapes or a lot of my tracks is just me. I'm very particular about the way a song sounds. And sometimes I just don't like the way somebody's executed the idea. It don't mean that it's bad. It just doesn't fit. But at the same time, I do think that we should be, at least, I don't want to say compromising, but for lack of a better word, compromise with each other and at least find a middle ground, or like maybe a beat or an idea, or maybe say, maybe this isn't the track, let's try a different track or something like that. Because genuinely, there are times where it's just the idea that you have doesn't translate. Sometimes you're on a love song, talk about killing people. Like, maybe if the love is killing, sure, but like, talking to me about jumping up the car. Stop
12 men in the whip, shooting
12 men
guns
in the
down.
whip.
Blah, blah,
You
blah.
know, it's crazy because some people like that kind of music. You know?
I hear that.
Yeah.
I genuinely hear that. But it's like, there's a time and place. You feel me? And as long as you've allocated that time and that place for that kind of sound, like maybe you want to make like Chicken Alfredo music, bro. Maybe you want to make low exposure music, bro.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, it's calm. But let's make sure that if you're doing something else from the song, we both know what we're doing.
We're both
bro.
about the same thing.
Yes, bro.
And I think most people right now, especially here, I think, especially with the rise of social media, we're too focused on identity. People, it's like once an artist, especially in Botswana, once they find out who they are, now it's like all they are. Like, it's like, I can't work with you because you make underground music, or I can't work with you because you do this and that.
Facts.
And it's the type of thing where it's like, that's what's probably limiting us, I think more especially when we now include demographics. It's like the older generation. Just because, I don't make what you made doesn't mean I don't appreciate what you did and what you, like, the people that came before us, Because I feel like everyone just has their own way of, like, executing things, because I personally can never, ever do, like, what Drummer Boy did, bro. But I high-key take so much inspiration from it, bro, because we kind of came from, like, the same type of, like, upbringing, And for me to be able to, like, show off my lens, or at least my perspective, that's what matters. It's like, it's more so about, like, sometimes let's forget about who we are and let's make a project. That's when you actually have the most fun. Like, when you just actually, like, let's mess around and just do whatever
when
the
it's all
fuck we
about
want
the
on
art.
this. Yeah.
I actually have a question for the OGs. right? So what do y'all actually?
On status.
Made it to the club.
No, for real. I wanted to ask you guys, right? What do you want to see from the younger generation? For real, like, what makes you say, "Hey, man, this guy, he's actually carrying on the flame we lit." You know what I mean? Like, we are running because you guys walked first. You get me?
Yeah. I think, what's crazy is I feel like the generation before me, like the OGs, what do you call them? Triple OG. Triple OGs. They have a way that they kind of wanted, and I say wanted because I feel like they want, that's how they were sold or told about or learned music. So there's a way that they wanted to sound. But more than a way that they wanted to sound, what's important to them is like lyrics. You know? I think to that, and then that kind of bled down to our generation, but then where at my generation, lyrics mattered, but vibe,
sound.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, energy.
Vibe and energy is important, right? And then I realized like when I listen to the new gen music, it's a combination of so much different stuff. Cause now y'all have access to like, I feel like there's so many YouTube tutorials about how to mix like this, how to get this sound, how to do this and that,
Vocal
right?
chain, auto-tune,
All that, you know what I mean? But at the same time, the young niggas aren't doing, like the sound is not like how our sound is or was.
Definitely,
you know what I mean? Like
completely different.
it's totally different. Like, for example, just a basic example, when we say like on a production level, Spins 808 was like my generation, that was popular. Now the young niggas are using maybe 4 808s in a song. CTM
That's
808 was
CTM,
big.
man.
CTM has been
You know what I'm saying?
terrorizing.
That's the 808 I hear the most. So it's a little different, but I think the one I don't know if I can speak for everyone, because like for me, I'm excited when I hear like something different. You know what I mean? Like executed differently or whatever. Like I'm excited still, you know? But I think the OGs want something new but relatable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I feel like the new generation, bro, like is so open-minded in comparison to the older generation. Like y'all are listening to indie music here, rock music there, all this other stuff, and it's bleeding into like the trap type of vibe. You know what I mean? And before, guys were kind of like, you know, it's hip hop, it's trap, it's this without that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't want to say like the OGs want like that original hip hop sound. Maybe like the older generation, yeah. And maybe even some people in my generation, but I think, you know, something still fresh, still new ideas, but having that relatability factor. You know what I'm saying? But I think more importantly, we want to hear what you're saying.
I'm actually gonna ask something about that. Something about that.
Yeah. We wanna hear it, like, you know, just be able to like hear what you're saying.
To understand, basically. Yeah, I get you.
And I think, high-key, that's what makes music timeless, especially from becoming an avid music listener to actually making music. But I realized what makes music timeless for generations to come is one thing that will always persist, even after we die, which is soul. You know, music has to have soul. And every genre, whether it's rock, punk rock, traditional, they all have some form of soul. It's like, even if you don't listen to English and you listen to Michael Jackson, you can be like, I can feel what this guy is saying. I can feel the emotion through the song. And that's the thing, that's a part of being human in general. You know, I feel like that's why even if the sound can come off in a different like medium, it come through a different medium, it's still soul. It's still music at the end of the day, you know. And I feel like that's what it takes. That's all it takes, you know. It's just gotta come from the soul, you know.
Definitely. Like, I think feeling is definitely part of it, but also like nothing deep. I feel like as long as, like, for example, if it's a happy song, it's a happy song.
Yeah.
You don't have to now like get all deep.
I don't have to
Like the
explain
middle
what
of the
happiness is to you.
Mama came
yeah.
home, I was sad.
You know, like for me, okay. You want to say something? Yeah. For like with, you know, I started my introduction to like new generation music was through, I guess, all the kids from the cypher. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm saying kids like the actual kids. Okay, some are like 17, 18, but you know what I mean? Like, I was like, niggas are even making music. I honestly thought no one below the age of 25 is even making music. I was like, nah, niggas are like, no one has blown up, no one's making racks, so it's cool.
Game's gone.
So
Game's gone left.
that's what I thought. So, but then there's that song Ghost Lows, right? It's not deep. It's not anything I need to think about. Like,
It's not quantum
lyric.
physics,
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I feel the vibe, you know? So soul vibes, that translates for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna speak for the hating OGs.
Yeah. Everybody needs a platform.
We need to hear all
everybody
sides.
needs
You know,
a
the
platform.
niggas that don't wanna hear y'all young niggas, right? I like the fact that you talked about soul.
Yeah.
And what I noticed with myself is it becomes a little robotic. Like the new age music, it feels so automated where it doesn't have soul. That's mostly why an older person like me would listen to your music and it's like, bruh, this shit sounds like metal hitting. It sounds like
too much computers. Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
you can't even
hear the
I guys
guy.
understand exactly what you're saying.
I'm trying. Also, I don't want to contradict myself. And then I thought of Playboy Cardi. I was like, okay, Playboy Cardi is kind of robotic, but I was like, but still, even with him, when you listen to even like the baby voice Cardi, you could feel the soul in it.
Soul, yeah.
But then, as Ken Carson kept pushing the boundaries,
Ben
it
Boss.
just started sounding like cars hitting now.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then for like a triple OG like me, I'm like,
What is this?
you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just what I wanted to say when you spoke about soul. It feels like the OGs feel like we're losing the soul.
Lose the
in music.
recipes.
Yeah.
I think it's something that is somewhat even timeless because I think that's what defines an era. I think if we take it back to the SoundCloud era, the time of Bo, Ski Master SoundCloud, Triple X, you know, even Boiler Pump and Smoke Purple popping back then, you know, I feel like people see a wave and they adopt. You know, there are obviously people there that kind of make themselves, like they find themselves, but there is gonna be those people who just kind of riding the wave for the sake of it, you know. So it's kind of like separating like the wheat from the chaff. You know, you gotta figure it out. You know, yeah.
For sure. For me personally, it's not even like really music related. And I think from my perspective, it's like I wasn't as big as Blanco or C4, but I had a lot of friends who were in the rap game and stuff. And what I'd love to see is like flexibility and picking up the shovel. You know, it's like if I personally didn't pick up a camera when I was rapping, none of us would be here, probably. You know, and sometimes I still talk to artists and they're like, I'll be like, yo, why don't you make your own beats? Like, I'm not a producer.
Yeah.
You know, and why don't you pick up a camera? It's like, when I had to learn how to use a video camera and stuff like that, I need a photographer. Like, why don't you just buy a camera and you two niggas, like, learn? So I think for me, it's like really being flexible and adapting. You know, I don't really have much of a comment on the actual music because I think to your point, it's an era thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pushing 30. You know, like
I'm sorry.
like it's I don't even think my insight would be valuable. I do fuck with Fuego, I do fuck with Tash and Tawa and all those guys, but either way, at the end of the day, like, I'd love to see them. And we talked about another episode, like, have music videos. But I know it's probably really tough because, I mean, to ask Remojo Visuals to do a music video, you're gonna need a Rex, and you guys are still young.
It's
Like,
10 bands.
you know,
Yeah,
nigga,
college
probably-
students, yeah.
probably
It's
more.
computer. Yeah, for free.
Bro, let's
What if he
push.
likes my song?
Bro, let's push. Let's do something.
So like, I'd really love to see that, you know, because it's like, I know like making music is actually fun, and you know there is a lot of like validation. I know like niggas are probably getting girls. All you guys are probably slaying. You know what I'm saying?
Cleanest 20 pull out my pocket.
If at some point, like, you know, like you just start seeing people fall off. Like all of a sudden, your favorite rapper isn't accounted now
Yeah.
because it's like shit just wasn't working, you know, and he didn't have the maybe he had the flexibility at some point to hire a videographer, but even that videographer is gonna be like, I need to get paid.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing just falls apart. And for me, it sucks when it goes into vain. Like Fuego has emotion right now.
Yeah.
But it's like we just talked about another episode, doesn't have a team, you know, and probably doesn't have the money to support five
yeah.
niggas of their livelihoods. But if people are flexible, people can work towards their strengths. Maybe it's not everyone who is just rapping. Maybe Fuego is rapping and producing,
Yeah.
and then having that flexibility to pick up the shovel and actually,
You know, get into like visual arts and stuff. Yeah.
I actually wanted to ask, what do you think it takes for us to go from the fame to the commercial side of things? For us to not only perform, but actually make money from that thing, you know?
yeah, it's actually our last episode.
It's like I watched it.
But like a big thing that we talked about, and I think Blanco should probably talk more about this because I think he's the most successful of us, you know, not to glaze. But like,
No glaze.
you know, like we talked about value a lot, you know, how you market yourself and the value of what you do, the level of skill that you have and how that can be integrated with the people who have the money. So, you know, people aren't just going to be putting money where it's vain. People want to have an
Especially
exchange.
Botswana, yeah.
Yeah, like there has to be an exchange of value. You know, I'm sure there's a marketing guy who's like, why should I pay Jakalas 15K? What am I gonna get in return? It's a serious consideration in regards to what value do you bring and how does that work with the people who it matters most, who have the money and who have the capacity to actually put you somewhere we would consider you commercial. But if you're talking about clout-wise, like I said, probably Blanco can talk more to this, but I think it's like about having motion and having a solid brand and putting yourself out there in the best way you can.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely a team. Thato makes beats. He engineers, right? He raps too. So he's like playing 3 roles at once. You know what I mean? But I don't know Thato just because of those things. There's a reason I know him, right? Why? He makes content. A lot of it.
A lot, actually, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I guess that feeds into clout and fame, but a team is important, basically. Like, he's holding it down, but now it depends on how strategically, like, you would want to do it as an artist, you know what I'm saying? So, fine, we have somebody who's the content engine. We've got somebody who can mix and master our songs. Okay, what else can we add to this? We need, visuals are always important. That's why, like, I advocate for content, but like, music videos have this, I don't know. It's like a
Stardom.
Yes, it's like stardom. You know what I mean? But I think what shines through is effort. Yeah, like you took the time to find somebody with the camera, because it's not about Remojo shooting your video all the time. Somebody in your generation wants to be a videographer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
And might not necessarily have the best skills right now, but they can learn. You know what I mean? So Like even me, my first videos weren't that tough. But they were tough to me. Every time.
For that guy, like, means a lot for the people that actually tap in.
Exactly. And like it helps you kind of gauge, or it inspires the person who's supporting you for free to be willing to put money to support you.
Yeah.
There's a difference. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I think there's a confusion online, because social media, like, it's free, you know? So you maybe get a lot of likes, a lot of views, and then maybe try to do a show and people don't come because now they have to pay, they have to leave their house, all type of situations. So I feel like something like you were saying in the beginning, effort. The effort to go out and shoot a music video and, you know, get people involved with it, it's inspiring. It's like, okay, I know this guy, he was just here. Now I'm seeing him in a music video. You know what I mean? Like, it's inspiring. That's kind of what one of the steps in getting people to be able to invest in you, not like from an investor's point of view, but as a consumer.
Yeah,
like, I'm
emotionally,
taking out the racks to go and watch this guy on stage. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think, yeah, definitely that. But also, I feel like y'all generation, man, y'all niggas be like behind each other like more than us. Like, in our generation, niggas is hated straight up.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No filter.
that's why this man said, for the triple OGs that be hating, like,
Yeah.
niggas be hating. Like,
Those that represent
straight. You know what I mean? So I feel like coming together, like, fuck if we don't make the same music, or,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, or whatever. Like, let's get behind each other type shit.
Collab.
Yeah.
Don't compete.
Exactly. Exactly.
Kind of like speaking about videos, specifically music videos. I want to get more into that, but I do think that the music video with the right song, because you can't just pick any song on your tape and say music video. No, you need to pick the right one. If it's your lead single, pick that one. But like, one thing I've noticed is that the music video itself takes the song and transcends it beyond maybe like whatever cultural barriers. Maybe if you can't understand the person, just the visual aspect of it. Look at the video for Gangnam Style. That is the maddest video I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, I watched it like a few months ago again. I was like, this thing is so mad. Like, there's no boring moment in their video. Look at the video for Panda. It's like, there are such simple shots, but the way that they're executed is so well.
It's actually insane.
I think that video is like the right video for the right song can elevate you like to levels unseen. Because like, think about Bad and Bougie. Bad and Bougie is a great song, right? Even the way Lil Uzi came on, amazing. But what made it better? Yeah. You feel me?
The
Like
niggas on the bikes.
the fact that Travis Scott was in the video for like 2 seconds. You feel me?
He was there.
Yeah,
He was there.
sometimes
Hey,
people
did you
go
get
back
left out
and
of
just
Bad and Bougie?
look.
Even
at the
Ruby Rose was in
just
the
to
music
find them.
video, bro.
Yeah, now that we remember. He remembers.
I remember where she was sitting.
Oh my god, I just remember she's in the video. I just remember she's in the video. But yeah.
But yeah, like to attest to what Balaclava said, even just making something visual to get people emotionally invested. I think I can use an example with, because I'm not the biggest Meek Mill fan, right? But my favorite Meek Mill video, it's not even an official one. It's called Same Old Meek. No, you know Knowledge, right? The producer. He just stuck a beat over some old video of Meek where he had them nappy braids. It's the same old Meek with no ashy lips. Like, you can see that this guy is actually hungry, you know? I think even back like in the UK, like when Skepta, Jamie, all those guys, like they used to just film like in a parking lot. Stormzy, like they'll just film in a parking lot. Yeah, like this is rap. This is what made rap to be what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Because not everybody has that money, you know?
I think
But
people
the
are
thing,
hungry for content.
Overthinking the budget and the video. Like, bro, sometimes you just want to show them the real you. You know what I mean? Because that's what people connect with the most. When you're showing them the flex, they can feel like, okay, he's made it. You know what I mean? But if you haven't made it, why are you doing it?
Yeah, sometimes the authenticity does it. Like, you can verify just by seeing. That's why I like the video for Volta too, because it's good enough to show that these guys definitely have the budget to do a better video, but they're in the crib right now. They're just gonna shoot it and execute it right now and get it done. That's like one thing that I like about music videos, where you can tell this was probably 6 takes, and it probably took them 45 minutes and they were done with it, and then they just had to go and edit it. Because authenticity genuinely bleeds through many barriers. Like you can tell when somebody's really real about something. You feel me? Just even when the way somebody talks about something, the certain words they use, the certain lingo, like there's certain things that somebody does where it's like, you are telling the truth. You're telling me the truth, and I know that you're telling. You're not capping.
You're not capping.
And like I see you and the place that you're in and what you're doing. You're not acting. You're not
I
acting.
love that as well.
You're not playing into a character. Yeah.
So, okay, here's a question, right? And I think it leads into this conversation. I could say, we could argue maybe, but I'd say out of the whole underground this is in South Africa, Cooper is the biggest.
Yeah.
We could argue, but I'd say Cooper is the biggest, right? Why do you think that is?
I think nowadays people have genuinely started to be more experimental with the things that they consume, whether it be art, whether it be music. And I think Brother Cooper has found a very nice pocket for himself.
Yes, perfect
because
balance.
you can hear that there's influence from like rock in some of his songs, and then on some of them you can hear that it's purely a trap thing. So like I think what we were saying before, where you blend together different audiences by doing or having different styles together, I think that's one thing of it. But I also think it's the way that people feel. Like I don't think, not really necessarily that like a lot of young people are like super sad or whatever, but I think they're able to relate to a song where the ad-lib is in it going, and like it sounds like the dude's in pain. Like clearly somebody's related to that on some kind of level. So I think that's also something that has to do with it, like the sound design. I don't know.
How I see it is, people have a certain idea of what an artist is, right? And for Cooper, he really fits that character, bro. Because the way this guy be pushing, the way you know that he's producing, he's rapping, he's doing basically everything. You could hear what he was doing it on his phone at first. You get it? So people love to see good work ethic. Like, we made the right person famous.
Yes. Every time.
That's how I see it. And especially like for bots. I think when it came to that cypher, a huge reason for why people were seeing it the way they saw it is because they didn't think those people put in that work. You get it? It just looked like they were just there and they were just playing around. And you can't even hear what they're saying. And I just... But like...
Triple OG.
Yeah, but ever since that cypher... Actually, that cypher actually got me into making music as well. But ever since that cypher, I got to know more of those guys. And they started pushing from then on. You know, it wasn't even just a start. It was... Hey, bro, it was like so much momentum.
So much.
Because when Fuego kept on going, Curtis, Coden, Aika, all of them, they just kept on pushing, bro.
Yeah.
You get it? Now they're fitting into the character that people would like to make famous. You get me? That's how I see it. That's why Cooper's where he is. Not only because his music is good, but his work ethic, who he is as a person. His music videos, bro, it's him with these people that dancing,
where he came from, that says a lot.
And the people want to be there, you get it? He didn't pay no baddies to come and just... Nah, it's just him and his boys. And some people that are like, yo, Cooper, bro, you're meant for this. You get me? And from my tracks, the little tracks I've released, the people who have come up to me, bro, they say my lyrics. Get me out. I'm like, what's up? You get me? So if I could get those people in a video, just there, saying it together. I feel like people would love that, and I'll fit into that character of, you could make this guy famous and no one would regret it. That's how I see it.
I could argue that it's also because he put out the most music videos.
Yes, most definitely.
Like, out of the SA Underground, like, he didn't just depend on the music, because it sounds like the music is why a lot of people connected with him, right? But I think what took him and made him stand out, both him and Nash, his videos.
Yes.
Hey, even Baby Days.
Nash was there. Like, he was there with Bo Black. He was producing for niggas like Blackie, 808 Sally. Like, back in when SoundCloud was still fresh, 2020, 2021, I mean, in the context of like Bob Blakey and Lucas raps, you get me.
We get you.
It's the music videos.
Music
because
videos.
I feel like more especially when Cooper also started including Katana. You know, Katana even started getting it up for him as well because he even had songs like H before then. But when they dropped stuff like Limpopo Freestyle, and especially on TikTok when he started doing that snippet for Demon Catcher, he started getting crazy traction. They're like, yo, what's this beat? And then that's how he was able to link with Cult Records, you know, people from the UK. And I think that's what differentiated them, the reach. Like they were able to actually put their hands out and be like, this is us. Or however you perceive us, this is just who we are, you know?
Yeah, and I think I just want to finalize on this point because it's like, I literally feel like maybe Fuego, Tash, maybe Brainsy, because I fuck with Brainsy, shout out Brainsy.
Shout out Brainsy.
Tawa. Like, they're probably 5 music videos away from being commercial. Like, I feel like it's that straightforward. It's just that it's tough because you need specific people, like a good videographer or someone who can put in a lot of effort or has a good camera and puts in a lot of effort or knows how to edit. It's like a really tough thing to get going.
A recent iPhone, bro. iPhone 13.
shout
You
out
can
iPhone.
shoot bro, like,
we stop at X.
I swear, bro, like how many, Cooper was creative shots, shooting lots of Cooper stuff.
Hey,
on the phone.
His stuff went crazy as well,
Went
bro.
crazy. You know what I mean? So it's not even necessarily about like the best quality at first. It's making sure that it's out there as good as it can possibly be. You know what I mean? That's basically it.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, even with Ski, it's like there were people like Owen Bands, there was Riz Kelly, like they were shooting videos like Creative Shots is. Like Creative Shots is also shooting for like Nasty C and Nash and all these guys. And I don't think it's like a surprise why that group, I mean, even Days, right? Like it's not a real surprise as to why, like those guys might not even be the hottest guys. Like they're hard, but they might not even be the hottest guys, but because they're in our face, we see them, it's recommended on my YouTube. Like I knew all these guys from music videos. Like I've heard Brother Cooper's song before I saw the video.
Yeah.
But it's like I clicked on the video and I was like, oh, like now I actually like
this
it.
is Brother Cooper.
You know,
like,
exactly.
You can
like,
attach your face to the name,
yeah. And I was like, this guy's getting like fucking 300,000 views and I just met this nigga. Like, who is this guy?
This guy,
you know? So I feel like niggas are like just so close because they already have the motion.
Yeah.
Niggas already like the music. It's already
doing
dope.
shows, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a question for all of us here, actually. Why did we all start music for real? Like individually, why did you start music?
Oh my gosh, it's actually very simple. I can break it down for you. It's too simple. I didn't start rapping. I started producing first, right? I didn't start, like I started making beats 2016 and I only started rapping like 2021. So there was a big gap of time where I had to learn how things work. The reason that I started is because I heard a certain sound, and I'm going to tell you what it is. I heard a certain sound and I was like, that's so sick. I want to play with this shit. Like, I want to play with the sound itself. I don't want to listen to the song and hear it. I want to manipulate the sound itself. I was genuinely interested. And the sound itself was the Zaytoven 808.
I knew it.
I knew
it.
It sounded so cool. I forgot what song it was. I genuinely can't remember. It was some song. And it just sounded so good. I was like, bro, I need to be able to do that. And I spent months, because I didn't know that you could just download packs. I spent months trying to turn that 808 kick, like genuinely tweaking the thing all the time, trying to turn it into the Zaytoven 808. And I think things like that, or just wanting to know how stuff works, is really the reason why I got into like music or get into any facet of creativity that I've gotten into, purely because I want to understand how it works. That's literally it for me.
Personally, for me, it always felt like just a life thing, especially in a philosophical aspect. I always wondered what my calling was, you know. Ever since I was a kid, I was like, maybe I might be built for something big. Because even back then, I wasn't even really thinking of rap. Because back then, my inspirations were people like Chris Brown, you know, Michael Jackson, besides the stuff they've done, obviously. But just the kind of energy, like the aura they emanated, you know. They just kind of went on stage and you just couldn't get your eyes off it, even your ears. So obviously, over time, I questioned like whether or not was I actually supposed to do this. And then I remember, especially the telling moment was during lockdown. Lockdown was when now all the fuss of the world is gone. It's just you now, you and your thoughts. You know, you're just kind of in that space. And I was like, there's YouTube, there's beats. I feel like I can write something, and then just started from there. And then I just kept making. No one was looking at me, like it's lockdown. No one is paying attention to me, but I was like, I can't stop making music. And then that's when I was like, maybe this is what I was meant for, because nothing else really like speaks to my heart. Like,
I feel that.
yeah.
For me personally, it was that Space Impact BW cipher, bro.
Shout out Space Impact.
Yeah, that opened my eyes and my heart, bro. Yeah,
Shout out Energy too.
bro. I think I saw them, each of them, and I saw these guys pouring their heart into it. Like, how can I explain this, bro? I remember it was after that, I remember hearing Go Slows as well. Hearing Fuego rapping Swano on the beat. And I was like, man, I've been watching this guy, like, he's been making music since like high school, you get?
Yeah, like
And I've
2020,
I've just been watching him just grow and grow and grow. I'm like, bro, you know what? Let me just write something. What if I was on the cypher? You know? And I just started writing. And I was like, Then I got a beat from my boy Zenda. And then I hit up my boy Thato.
Watch out.
And then Togela Bagana Kuja course came out. That's how it came about, bro. And then I never stopped from that point onwards.
So I have a question.
Oh.
So
Okay.
with you guys creating music, right? How do you make sure that Botswana actually relate to your music? How do you ensure that you have cultural currency in your music? One, and two, everybody, you have friends, right? And you might find that all your friends want to rap. Everybody just want to be a rapper. How do you, sometimes you can see, I can convert this guy. This guy has good business acumen. How do you try convincing your friend into creating like a proper team around you?
That's a great question. I like the second question. The first question is scaring me a bit. Y'all have to
Wait, repeat the first question again.
How do you make sure our music is like accessible, like culturally relatable to Botswana?
I rap about my life, bro. Whether you relate to that, you relate to it. If you don't, because it's not even just limited to Botswana. Like people in South Africa that can listen to it, people all over in America.
Yeah.
You get me? I'm just genuinely rapping about my daily life. Okay, not in all the songs, because there's some songs where I'm going ham, bro. I'm rapping.
You just gotta slide on it.
I'm
You just gotta
exploring my
slide.
mind. I'm like, bro, hey, but what if I had this? I'm manifesting in a way.
Yeah.
You get me? So whether you relate to it, you could relate to the manifestation, or you could relate to the actual struggle or the actual words I'm putting down. To me, it's just about whether you like it or not, man.
Thank you.
You get me?
ChatGPT wasn't lying. ChatGPT wasn't lying.
Or maybe you relate to
I'm scared, Hey, nail it time, I'm pulling They got to a point where, like, at school I'm walking. If I'm at a girl, niggas be like, breezy. Yeah, like, jump course.
But I think for me, in order to like at least relate to my culture, is the fact that I am proud of where I'm from. I am a kid from Botswana, fully born and bred, bro. Nothing else. And I think more especially, this is just my version of showing it. You know, like this is my way of showing it. Kinda because more especially where I grew up, like in my environment, you know, having been to like through the grace of my parents, I was taken to an English medium, right? But I stayed like so I was able to get like the best of both worlds, you know, and I was finally able to want to bridge that gap and realize these are the same type of people. You know, it's just money at the end of the day. It's just what you call stereotypes that we have in our heads. But I can actually rap about stuff in English, about my home here. You know, if Kendrick can talk about how tough it is at Compton, I can talk about how tough it is here in Botswana, you know. I'm not forced to use Tswana. I can and I have, but, you know, just to my discretion, because either or, whether what I'm saying, I'm always carrying 267 on my back, like, till I die, so.
That's where you're from, bro.
That's where I'm from, bro.
This question. I wouldn't say that like I'm not relatable, ne? Because I do take a lot of creative liberty when I'm recording music. I take a lot of creative liberty, ne? So I think the most that I do is if, like, when I'm taking creative liberty, ne, I'll still call back to things that are about, like, home, you feel me? Like, things that we're used to. Like, if I'm going to talk about driving a car, I'm on Mandela Drive. Like, I'm not going to say that I'm on the road there. I've never been that side.
Route 66, bro.
Like, it's things like that. Obviously, I'm gonna switch to my mother tongue. You feel me? But at the same time, I've been, like, speaking English for a very, very, very long time. I speak English. I'm more fluent in English than I am Setswana. There's no shame in that, bro. There's different kinds of Botswana. Now, I still understand Setswana. I still speak it. But it's like, I've also, in a certain sense, not really been excluded, but I think we all know when there's that one kid who is not really Motswana enough, so you start calling them names, but coconut and stuff like that.
Coconut.
Black on the outside, white on the inside.
It's too
Those
white for
kinds
the
of
blacks.
things, name. I've been on the receiving end of that before, and I think to a certain extent that hasn't really shaped the way that I do music, but it has given me the angle that you're gonna be perceived any which way. So it's like, I'd rather be authentically myself, and if sometimes it doesn't hit home the right way, it just won't hit home the right way. Things happen all the time, and things don't happen perfectly. So as much as I am of Botswana, and I'll always be a Botswana until I do it, but until I die, there's no debate about it. It's like, sometimes maybe some of us at home may not accept me because I don't 100% rep the country the way I should, or not even the way I should, but repping it the way other people are. You feel me? So it's like, I'd like to believe I do just enough to make myself comfortable. You feel me? Just enough to make myself comfortable. And anybody who's listening, I'd like to believe is also open-minded enough to understand that people from Botswana don't just speak Setswana. People from Botswana speak English, speak French if they want to, Spanish, speak all sorts of
That's why
things.
Speed was able to come here. Yeah.
They speak all sorts of things. So it's like, well, I'm not the melting pot of SADC. Now, I think that might go to SA. But there's still a lot of cultures here. And I'd like to believe that I'm a window into a certain kind of it. Even though I'm not a window into an all-encompassing kind of thing, I still like to believe that I am just as important as the guy who only raps in Setswana. You feel me? Because we're both pursuing the same thing. We're both rapping the same country. When they ask, where is Thato from versus where is so-and-so from? Botswana, both of them.
We both pay 7 pula for that coin.
You feel me? Like, we're both in the same economy. So it's like, I may not be the best representation for home, but I still am representation for home regardless. You feel me?
Yeah. I fuck with y'all niggas.
Man, we fuck with you too, man.
Now, for real, because I feel like that's one thing we can relate on. The rapping in English. From Tab, Ski, even me, bruh.
Bro.
Like, it's something that we all went through. If I did it, and I'd get the same question, you know, how do you represent Botswana? Just because I'm not rapping in Setswana. But I'm a Motswana. It will always bleed through somehow.
Literally.
Literally.
You feel me? Pronounce something.
The way I pronounce it will always
Yeah.
bleed through. I don't need to have like,
The flair.
hey,
You don't need to be.
And the reason I'm saying that I fuck with you guys is because I don't think I would have answered it the way y'all just answered it right now when I was your age. You feel me? The way y'all just spoke, I'm like, damn. These niggas think, you feel me? If it was me, I would have been like, I just got you. So that's true.
I appreciate it, bro.
Thank you.
What was the second question, man?
The second question is, sometimes your boy may have a skill, or you can see that there's something that they can do. For example, like Gio, like before he was really into photography, like really deep in it, you can tell he has an interest for it. How do you take somebody from just being interested in doing something like your boy? Like, for example, you guys, how do I take you guys from seeing me doing music and be like, I guys, come on, get in the studio?
I genuinely think it's an individual thing, bro. I can tell you as much as I want. Let's go to court. takes you to record.
To record,
You know, for you to actually get to that mic. You know that, what is that saying, bro? You can't take a horse to a river.
You can take those
You can take the river to the...
What's it?
Yeah, you can bring the horse to the river, but you can't force it to drink the water. Right?
Yeah.
So it's exactly like that. I can give you words of encouragement, and those will come from the heart. I thought authentic as possible. Be like, yo, bro, you're meant for this. You know, but you gotta believe first, because even when I'm not there, you're gonna receive reviews from that, whether good or bad, bro.
Yeah.
People will tell you things. I remember I once dropped on IG like post supporting one of my music, and one guy, bro, was like, "Hey, man, stop this, focus on school." At that time, that song has 1,000 streams, and this one guy is just telling me that, and I'm like, bro, I check your post, it's just a one following, it's a spam account, you know, it's just some guy trying to hate.
That nigga knows you personally.
But for someone else. If I have a hate, I'm doing something right. Yeah, now for that individual, for us to inspire them, but you gotta inspire yourself. Because when them haters come knocking, bro, you'll be ace mana in there, bro. You only have yourself to talk to, because no one's gonna tell you, yo, keep making music. Yeah, we like your music, bro, but you have to make it good.
Yeah.
You know?
And I also feel like really birds of a feather really do flock together. And I feel like one thing you can't deny, especially if it's close to your circle, is action. It's like when you see your nigga do that shit.
He's got emotion.
I think the best example, especially commercially, was through one of our boys. He's very big on TikTok right now, Giovanni JPEG. He's like, he interviews people, he takes pictures of them.
I'm familiar with them.
Yeah, and he's found his own way. Imagine, he's from Zim, but he's making it work here in Botswana as an international
That guy has
person.
like how many followers on IG, bro?
40,000.
I think it's
In a year.
in a year, bro.
He started in 2025,
cannot
the
believe what he's
January, literally. He had like 1,000, bro. Then he went to 40K just through consistency.
He didn't pay for no sponsorships, no
Nothing,
blue
no, we
tick,
literally asked him
nothing.
about it.
He just
He doesn't
kept
pay for
on.
promo.
Yeah, no
none of that.
promo.
We asked him to
None of
pay
that.
for promo. He's like, hell nah.
Bro, in
On
IG,
IG, bro. IG is Betty Central, bro.
bro. And they can't get it.
They can't get
You
it.
can't get it. So it's the type of thing where, when genuinely, if someone is really your compatriot, like your friend, like you will just be moved by the way they move, and then ultimately we'll move together. It's like, if I do have a passion to like pull out a camera and like take videos of you guys like doing cool shit, it's gonna be a thing of like, if I see you guys take it now as like your livelihood, like you guys want to make something out of this, if we're truly meant to be, then it's gonna reflect.
It's just gonna happen.
reflect.
I actually want to add on to what both of you are saying, man. I think the biggest determining factor for me personally, how much I'm actually willing to push one of my friends in that sense, is how much they've shown me they want to see the results of this thing. Because you can freestyle with us all the time, bro. When I ask you, I have a beat, write to it. Maybe you'll come and write. I've never asked anyone to write for me, but maybe I'll ask you to write for me. You are so good at doing this shit for yourself, but when it's time for you to actually collab and it's time to do a group work or like
Execution.
something with execution, you don't execute. I'm sorry. Like, I can only take it so many times before I say, yeah, my friend, I love you. You just want to do this as a hobby, and that's fine. I can't push you to want to do it professionally if that's not where your heart is at.
Yeah.
Like, it's genuinely very painful, because even in my real life, there are people that I know personally who have the potential to execute and to
Reach levels, bro.
reach levels that you can't even imagine, ne? But the problem is they not really have it in their head that there's only one way to live life, but more so in the sense that you already have decided a long time ago what path you want to do, and you're not really willing to explore this item. Like, if you've already decided in your head that I want to get educated and I want to go in, I want to, like you said, your favorite rapper becomes an accountant.
Yeah.
Maybe that nigga all along just wanted to be an accountant, and that was
just
this little
couldn't rap,
thing he was
he's
doing
a fire
during uni,
accountant,
you
bro.
feel me? Sometimes niggas have a little phase that they go through during university. The moment they graduate, they're a whole different person. They went from babe hoodies to zip-ups, you feel me? Like
Yeah,
or to
quarter
quarter
zips.
zips.
I genuinely don't blame them, because in this
it's okay,
industry,
yeah.
bro, there's no clear path, bro. You can't look at that guy and be like, I'm gonna be like
I'ma
that
do
guy.
that, yeah, nah.
Or what? Because, hey, we have different kinds of artists that are making it. One guy is on my piano, I'm not piano. You get it? Just because he made it doesn't mean I'll make it. I gotta find my own way, find my own listeners, my own fans, my own way.
Your
of-
own niche, yeah.
You get me? And that takes a lot, bro. And I get it when people actually put the mic down. It's like, hey man, it must have taken a lot, bro, but I respect it. As long as you're living your life and you're happy, you know.
At what point when they put the mic down do you respect it? Like, at what point can you say, okay, you didn't just give up because this shit was too hard? Like, at what point do you actually say, it didn't pan out? Like, I genuinely tried. I spent however much time on this.
Yeah.
I actually put in money and still nothing came to fruition. At what point do you say, okay, I respect it, bro. You put it down, you just couldn't handle it. There's nothing.
I think our limits are different.
Because even some guy can drop one song, one song, it can go stupid. Like, it can go absolutely stupid.
Then never drop again.
Never drop again.
I know one of those situations, bro. You can't give us one amazing meal. You can't act like a Bali, bro. Cook one amazing meal.
Never again.
That was good. We'll come back next time. I can't do that,
Bro.
I think sometimes that's just how art is. Sometimes, you know, there are some artists who we wish we could get more of, but we can't. There are some artists who, like, we knew that they had such a high ceiling, but life itself could have probably stopped them. I think.
And Frank Ocean.
Yeah, Frank Ocean, literally, bro. And even Earl, there was a point where he literally could not make music, bro. He had to leave the US, go to like military camp or something. Like, he was going through some deep stuff with his mother, and him coming back, even the version that he is, you can tell that he had now fully embraced. Like, it wasn't a thing of he's coming back to prove a point, but this is just something he can't leave behind. You know, it's what he was made for. You know?
I love that, actually.
It's a calling for
I
real,
love
bro.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm good.
All right, we're at the 1 hour mark. I
That was
guess
quick.
That was actually really cool.
I thought we had like 20 minutes, bro.
Niggas like, but I want to ask, because you guys are relatively young, do you guys have like a lot of hope for what you do? Like, you were talking, like, and I'm sure they're not the only person, but people are like, go to school, like, just get an academic degree, you know, do ACCA. You're gonna make 40,000 when you're like 40 years old or something.
Yeah.
It's secure. I'm sure you're getting this maybe from your parents or maybe even from your friends and stuff like that. And also, like I said, like, growing up, and I think maybe C4 relates to this, like, maybe you become 24, and when we were 20, it was cool, and then at 24, your boy is driving a whip that he got off a loan off of his job. And then you're like, I'm still using combis.
One of your boys in the military, he does a car.
You know,
you're calling it in drive, bro.
so it's like, I feel like maybe you guys might have a bit of pressure, and then how do you guys perceive like your future with what you do right now?
I actually wanna answer that because we are in Africa. As hard as it is to come to terms with it, you have to swallow it again. Education is the number one doorway to leave poverty. Education is the number one doorway. Ne? So if you wanna be creative, you wanna be a creative, please don't believe that you shouldn't have something on the back that can support your creativity. Because one thing with me, is the degree that I'm currently pursuing right now, I'm not 100% interested in it, but I understand that it's a business degree, so I understand the inner workings of business to a certain extent. Ne? And the thing is, I'm the kind of person whereby even if I don't get to whatever level, because I haven't really set a level for myself where I want to be, if I don't get to whatever ceiling I set for myself, whatever level I set for myself, it's fine, because like I said before, I make music because I enjoy the process of actually understanding what's going on. Ne? So with doing the degree that I'm doing, the job is purely so I can buy equipment. Money rules the world, bro. Regardless of how you feel about it, you have to have a way to eat. If you can't eat, bro, you won't have the energy to make your song. If you can't eat, you probably can't even pay your power bill. So how are you going to charge that computer? How are you going to charge that bill? There's a lot of things that go beyond the blind faith of I'm going to make it and I don't have to think about it. No, you have to think about it. Like, the world is very, 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 very cutthroat. It is extremely cutthroat, gang. You could lose everything off of something somebody said. Not even something somebody did. Off of something somebody said. So I think it's very important to have something like a career in the back. For example, I know that you got livestock in the crib. Like, it's not a thing of it's just music that's supporting you. No. The world is very real, and what you may call it, a dam, a pond, a river, or not a river, a dam, a pond, a sea doesn't get filled by one stream, like by one river. It doesn't do that. Multiple things fill up the bowl of it. So it's like, even with me, my dad is very supportive of my craft because he knows that I do this because I want to understand it. So he knows that I'm doing it as if I was a professional already. So even with this, I do believe that as long as it doesn't die, my dad's probably got me. Even if it's just with like a job or something, not in the sense that he's gonna sponsor my music career, because that would be silly. No, grown man is paying for another grown man's life like that. He's not doing that. But at the same time, there's no way in which, like, let me not say there's no way, but it's very unrealistic to believe that one idea is gonna feed you, take care of your mom and your dad, and also your little jits, and possibly your wife if you wanna have a wife instead of a baby mom. I don't know what your situation is, ne?
Yeah.
But it's like, you have to have something by which, if this thing fails, the next one saves it, bruh. Look at Chernobyl, bruh. Whole nuclear reactor meltdown because niggas didn't have a fail safe.
We feel so literally.
It's not just like you have to have something in place to catch you. Not in the sense that you're gonna fall, but even people who walk the tightropes at the circus, they have a net to catch them in case something goes wrong. Maybe somebody sneezes too loud, somebody shoots again. Who knows?
Yeah.
But silly stuff like that. Like, well, not really silly, but more so just like
Life.
be realistic, bro.
Acts of God.
Like,
Things
be
happen,
realistic.
yeah.
As much as you are chasing your dream, you might wake up one day, bro. Like, you might wake up one day. Don't wake up in a bando. Wake up in your house.
You know,
Okay.
I believe life is what you make it, and I choose to make it a living.
Yeah.
See, when I'm making music, I'm writing lyrics, recording, I'm living. When I'm studying, going for lessons, writing exams, I'm living. So when I think of making it in the sense of like through music, that's very possible, right? But what matters to me is that I'm living, I'm happy in the moment. I can look back at my songs 10 years from now and be like, bro, what was I rapping about? That was so gas. Whether I'm at the top, I made it, or whether I have my kids and I'm working and whatever, I'm still happy. As long as I'm happy, that's what it's about. And that's what it should be about, because the listeners can always tell. They can always tell a cash grab from art.
From
You
art,
get it?
okay.
Because art is not,
Authenticity.
it's not about the money, bro. It's never been about the money. It's just that in this modern day, you can make money from your art. You get it? So
Yeah.
I'm just opening that door. Whether I go through it, the door's open. Maybe people after me can go through it. I just know that, hey man, I was happy when I was there. You know, my time, I enjoyed my time.
you
I was
put
present through
everything,
that
yeah.
time. You get it? Yeah. As long as I'm smiling right now and I'm smiling then, that's all that matters, bro. I could die today and I'll be happy with all the music I've released, all the lessons I've attended, everything I've done, bro.
Type.
It just matters that I'm living.
Yeah.
I feel
I fuck with these niggas, man.
Yeah, gent.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have one last question. What do you expect from the industry and also the OGs?
Sage.
Oh, what do I expect from the industry and the OGs? Anything, because just like in life, nothing ever stays the same, you know. Things are always destined to change. Even right now, we're in a government that we've never been in before. So like anything can honestly really happen, you know. I'm just been truly humbled by even just the support I've been given just by people around me. Because in life, nobody at all owes you nothing.
Nobody.
Like anything at all. Not even your own parents.
Not even my dad.
So for people to just revere you, especially when you're alive, you know, it's like, I'm just looking forward to just the future, because I can just tell in general, not just in Botswana specifically, but the world, things are changing. Things are just getting different, you know. It's not the same, you know. Even Tupac said it, you know, things will never be the same. So so it's the type of thing where it's like, because Kanalewan, like the industry and the OGs, you guys are like forefathers, you know. So obviously you guys have given me that liberty to express myself, you know, obviously, because you guys can be like, oh, fuck you, stop everything you're doing, you know. But it's the type of thing where it's like, you understand that this young man has something on his mind and he wants to do it. And anyone who's willing to help, any hand, you know, that means, means more than anything, honestly. Yeah.
TBH, I'll open it with something I've said on a song before, and is that I'll father the game, but I didn't even make it. I guess that I moved like a stepdad. Basically, what that means is, yeah, I'm not the one who made this item, but genuinely speaking, I wholeheartedly believe I'm here to leave an impression. Like, even if like my peak isn't what I think that is gonna be, I wholeheartedly believe that I'm gonna see success in this purely because I've dedicated 10 years of my life to understanding the software that I'm using. Not making the music but understanding how it works. Because you can make great food, but you kind of have to understand how the kitchen stove works. You gotta understand what can my pot handle, what can my, you feel me? So it's like, I hope that the industry receives me with open arms as they have been doing like up to now, you feel me? Like as of recently, I've been having like a really good run. I think just about every day this week somebody said, yo, I know you from music on TikTok. Like, so literally like every day, bro. It's actually getting to that level, bro. But like, I hope that the people who came before me, whether it be the artists, whether it be the listeners, and the people who are here long before me, are able to accept that the landscape of not just music, not just art, not just like the landscape of existence itself is genuinely changing. Like the landscape of the world is changing. And I hope that y'all are ready to receive me for who I am, not for a character that I play, even if Thato King, the artist, is different from Thato King, the person. Yeah, I hope that I'm received for being authentically myself. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Only thing I expect from the older generation is love. And by definition of that is just honesty, you know? That's the purest form of love. As long as you give your honest take on something. When people were talking about that space impact cipher, a lot of people saw it as hate, but I saw it as just honesty. Like, when people give me their comments on my music, I look at it more so not just as criticism, but as constructive criticism. Like, what is this guy saying for real? Or he's saying he can't hear me or he can't relate to me. Okay, my next track will have this. My next track will have that. But if you're saying, like, you know when it's lack of honesty, it's just hate.
in the bag, bro.
Bro,
I don't like your shit, dog.
now it's like, man, I don't think there's no criticism in that. You're not telling me what I did wrong. You're not telling me what to do better. So just from the older generation, all I ask is for that honesty, bro. If you think a song is trash, say it. But don't just say it's trash. Say what you think is trash and tell them how to get better.
How to improve.
What you would like from them. You know, and it's their will whether they'll listen to you or not. You get it? That's all I appreciate, for real. Because that helps us and that helps the next generation. That just helps everyone, bro.
Right. Now these are my closing remarks. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm kind of the reason why Ski and Ted, why we started this whole no reason thing.
Yeah, shout out, bro. Appreciate that. Hey,
Bro,
you
this
feel
shit is
me?
amazing.
The reason I wanted to start it is because I always tell Tebs, the industry disappointed me. I always say
feel
that.
yeah.
I always say that. And the reason why it disappointed me was I had this blind thing, like you're saying, safety net. Why are you walking without a safety net? A fail safe, you feel me? So it was the kid in me that was like, I am going to do this regardless. I'm going to believe in myself and I'm not going to do anything else. I took a gap year from school. I stopped everything. You feel me? So when we started this podcast, it was like a thing where I wanted to tell people, y'all niggas, what it actually was. You feel me? I wanted to tell them what y'all are telling me. I don't know if you get what I mean.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
I understand.
Because I didn't think like that. I was the I'm going to do this regardless. Nothing's going to stop me. And then I was disappointed in what it actually was. And I'm saying this as the closing remarks because it's so dope having young niggas like you that think the way y'all niggas think.
Stop.
Because I didn't think like that. I said it before when I had the mic. I didn't think like the way y'all. Tebs, bruh, trust me. I think Tebs is one of the smartest people I know. So I didn't think like y'all niggas. To be honest, right? There was a time when I was actually waking up, I was telling him, Tebs, life is not what it seems. This shit is cutthroat.
That's fucked.
By Stoner's crib. And Tebs was like, what do you mean, bro? As long as you believe and everything like
Now, for real, that's a real take. That's a real take, yeah.
And then I was like, bro, Tebs, how can you think it's cutthroat? The same thing you were saying. And Tebs didn't necessarily believe it because we had this blind faith in ourselves. You feel me? So the way y'all are speaking, it's so sick because we didn't think like that. So I think that's what I wanted to say, honestly. You feel me? So shout out to y'all.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Shout out to y'all, for real.
I'm trying to feel a cable right there.
Shout out. And you know, I guess Blanco will close after this, but like really, like I remember that conversation, and I was like, dude, believe in yourself, dog. Have dreams, dog.
Sometimes
Team,
you're bored to
dog.
say
You
it,
need to come on, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like as time went on, I mean, we even had a conversation about like how like everyone started quitting, you know, and then it started having this atmosphere of like despair and all of this, mainly because we just didn't know. You know, it's like, I think even Blanco probably relates to this. It's like a lot of the artists, you'll find like maybe like right now, William. Like we would love to have William on to ask him how much he's making, because you might just find that he's not making anything, you know? And it's like, if you're aspiring to be like William, like we were aspiring to be like Blanco or Banty, all these guys, and then you get there or you get close and you're like there's actually nothing here.
Yeah.
And then you see your boy just graduated and now he's driving a Mazda that he got off a loan and he's moving out and he's getting all the hands.
No, he's staying with this
Like,
girl now.
bro,
Yeah.
like, and now I'm like 28 and now niggas are getting married. Niggas are taking out loans for a crib. Like even me, like even like if I wasn't making money off of this shit, like it would be a tough conversation at the crib with my rents. You know, because
I know
now,
about that, yeah.
now I go to the barbecue, niggas are asking me what do I do?
What you do for it?
You know, and now I have to say, oh, it's a creative agency. You know what I'm saying? I gotta spice it up. We do marketing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's just I'm lucky that I actually got a marketing degree, but I knew niggas who quit school. You know, and them same niggas like literally like last year graduating at my age, but they could have graduated before and they just didn't know. So I think it's like really inspiring that you guys have like already the mindset of like, not to say like you should become accountants or whatever, but it's like a realistic approach. And then maybe that can also help your success even more because it's not just a dream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and also all these skills, like the way you think, like I argue, everyone should be a creative because the way you think is going to be better than the academic person. Like if you guys ever choose to be accountants or whatever, shout out the accountants and home listening.
Shout out the accountants.
Like you guys will outperform them 9 times out of 10 because they just have like academic thought.
Yeah, just the logical thought process.
They don't know what it's like
It's
to look at
mechanical,
FL
yeah.
Studio and there's nothing, then you have to make something out of nothing.
Time.
You know? So I really believe in you guys. I think it's really impressive how you guys are thinking right now.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. What can I say, really? I'm also one of them niggas, bro. Like I put all my eggs in the music basket. Like when I finished school, obviously, like I was a smart kid. You know what I'm saying? But
Was still.
you know what I'm saying? Still. But I was like, there was nothing really appealing to me in terms of academic achievements, you know, because I was never the best at academics, right? But no one could out-rap me in my school type situation.
Type.
I also used to dance. No one could out-dance me.
I know about that.
So I was like, nigga, I was made for this shit, right?
Exactly.
I used to draw, paint. So I was like, nah, definitely the creative thing is for me. But I like how these niggas said, man, I like the way y'all thinking because it's also not, how can I put it? It's not so much I'm going to do this regardless, like from an emotional place. It's also thought behind it. And that's important, knowing that, okay, this can work, but it might not. And if in the case that it might not work, this is what I'm going to do. Yeah. So there's a difference between something being possible and something being probable. You know what I mean?
Bars.
Like, this probably might not work. It's possible that it will, but it probably won't. But I'm ready for whatever might come with that. Not where it's like, I hope this works. And if it doesn't work, what am I gonna do type shit?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, so I really vibe with that. I'm glad y'all niggas came to the pod, man. I'm glad. Hell yeah.
Thank you for having us, man.
For real, man.
Anytime, it's we're super grateful.
Very, very grateful.
I guess that's it.
Yes, sir.
If you see me right now, that must mean that you watched until the end of the video. So firstly, thank you so much for watching until the end. If you haven't yet liked the video, please make sure to leave a like because you watched until the end anyway, so you probably like it. Also, more importantly, leave a comment. You watched the entire thing, so your comment will be very valuable to us as to things we can change, people we can bring on, topics we can discuss. We actually read your comments and we would actually appreciate that feedback. With that said, I hope you catch us on the next episode. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe because that will help the algorithm push our content to you so you don't miss out on any future episodes. With that said, thank you. This was No Reason Given. Yeah.